Okay, here is the lighting fixture control demo that we have put together for Puerto Rico. The demo consists of, there's a storyboard made with PowerPoint that shows kind of the big picture of what the user interface could be. So we hope that the customer is very excited about that. And then we have a simple demo that we've put together with two nodes to simulate lighting fixtures. And then we've got a couple different ways to control those lighting fixtures. So let's go over kind of the big picture features on the storyboard. So this is PowerPoint. Everything that's underlined is a link, and you can click on it. So for example, you would bring up this app on an iPod or iPad, and you would see in a product list, you would see a couple of groups of light fixtures. So you can click. This is an underline, so you can click on that. I think this is kind of jazzy. You can press this link to toggle the light being on or off. And thanks to marketing for putting that icon together. I think that looks nice. So you click on this for a little bit more control and more information. The settings that we think the user might be interested in manipulating are the light control modes. So you've got 3 modes. You've got just a fixed light level, like they just want to set it at 60% and leave it, and that's it. So that's very simple. If that's what they want to do, that's great. Another option that you have is our soon-to-be trademarked light on demand. And what this does is it gives you the ability to have the light brighten or dim based on motion. So if a person walks by or a car drives by, the light will get bright, and then when the motion goes away, then the light will dim down to save energy. So that's one mode of light on demand. And then another mode is daylight harvesting, where it will detect the ambient light level, and if there appears to be enough ambient light, then the fixture will dim down again to save energy. You don't need to have your fixture on and using energy if there's plenty of daylight outside. So these 2 modes can work independently, and they can also work together. And here's a configuration for bright on motion. You can set how long the device would stay on and how sensitive you want it to be. And then for daylight harvesting, you can set your kind of day and night thresholds, and you can check your ambient light meter from here. You can tell if the light meter has been if it's gotten dirty, if it needs to be clean, because you can see that it's bright daylight outside and no light is getting to the meter. So these are the kind of things that you can set from this screen. So we'll go back to configuration, and then there's one more mode. We have a timer or mixed mode where for different times during the day, you can have it run on different modes. So this gives a lot of flexibility, maybe too much, but if you want the simple thing, you can do it. So here's what we have in mind for status. We have 3 types of status. We have health status. We envision being able to control and monitor light fixtures in groups of possibly 20. We're not sure if this is the right number. It might be more, it might be less, but right now we're thinking it's going to be about 20. So here's a screen that you can quickly look and see the health of all the nodes. So if a node is green, nothing wrong. If a node is yellow, there's maybe something minor wrong, and then if it's red, somebody really needs to drive out there and fix it. Here's warranty information if you want to check and see which of your fixtures are in warranty and which ones aren't. And then if you just want to check the light level real quick of all the nodes in the group, you could do that from a screen like this. So that's what we had in mind for a user interface eventually. Use this to talk to customers and see what they like and what they don't like, and what we might want to change or what we might want to drop. So that ends our storyboard section, and now let me show you what the demo does that we've prepared for you. So we have two nodes here. They're both exactly the same. They both function exactly the same. This has it's got a mesh network transceiver in it. It's also got a Bluetooth transceiver in it, and it's got a PIR-based motion sensor so that you can detect motion, and it's got LEDs for just to show that we can turn the lights on and off, and actually we have like a fairly nice dimming ramp in there if you're interested in that. So to turn them on, you toggle this switch here. You can see this LCD comes up. The light turns on so you can see it real quick, and then the light turns off. But the LCD you can still read it. It's kind of faint, but you can still read it. It's just it dims down like that to save power. These are running off of batteries. There's two sets of batteries. The Bluetooth and the mesh network transceivers are running on 3 volts worth of AAA batteries, and then the LED and the motion sensor are running on 4.5 volts of AA batteries. So that's what's going on battery wise. Right now in the fixture, the batteries for the LED board are not hooked up because we don't have a switch to turn this on and off, and so I apologize for this right now. For you to get the LEDs up to full bright, you have to undo these screws in the back. You have to take the box open very, very carefully because there's a lot of very fragile little wires in there. You've got to take the back off of this and be careful you don't drop the screws, although we did give you extra screws. Take the back off, take the screws out, and then there's a AA battery you can see right here, and you just need to take that and put that in the fixture, and then you'll be able to get the full bright out of this. So there's 3 things that you can hit when you demo these units. The first thing that you can demo is the mesh. So I'm sure this isn't going to show up very well, but if you when this LCD comes up, I don't know, can you see it? Is it? Mm-hmm. So what it says is everything is all about switch 1 and switch 2, and that's what you use to navigate the menus to demo things in the mesh network. So if you click for this, the first thing that you do is you hit switch 1 to select channel 26, which is a perfectly fine channel to hit. You can pick other channels, or probably isn't any reason to, unless I don't know, if you have some crazy interference and you can change the channel, that's fine. But just pick a channel, and then whichever channel you pick, make sure that you set both units to the same channel. So we're just going to stick with channel 26. So I'm going to hit switch 1. This is switch 1. It's labeled right here. It's a little hard to see, but you can click on that. So we picked channel 26, and then you can do switch 1 to create a network, and then you can do switch 2 to join a network. So you can do it in either one. It doesn't matter, but we're just going to, since we're right here, we're going to create the network on this one, and it says network created successfully, something like that. And then this shows you the PAN ID of the network that was created. So that guy he's started a network, and he's just waiting for somebody to join. So we're going to pick this guy up, and we're going to pick channel 26, so they're on the same channel. And then instead of hitting switch 1 to create a network, we're going to hit switch 2 to join the network. So he's scanning for networks. He finds PAN ID D281, which is exactly what this guy is advertising. And we are going to hit switch 1 to join that network. And then it said successfully join the network. So now these two guys are talking. They're able to talk. So there's 4 demos that you can do. The first demo is a surge counter demo. So this simulates power surges on the unit, counting the power surges and then indicating the health of the unit based on the number of surges that the unit has experienced. So, for example, we're going to hit switch 1 to start the surge demo, and if you start it on this one, it automatically starts on the other one. So we're going to give it a minute to exchange some information. Right now, local surges are at 0. And it turns out remote surges are at 0 because, nobody had any power surges. So if you want to simulate a surge, you hit switch 1, and it's going to take a little bit to update. The next time it comes around, so there's local surge 1, and then the light is still green. So what happens is, if I hit this a couple times, if you get 3, so 0, 1, or 2 surges, the light stays green. For 3, 4, 5, or 6 surges, the light goes yellow. And then if you hit it a couple more times, the light will go red. And then you can see that this says local surge is 7. So that's right there. Local surge is 7. And then if you look on this guy, it will say remote surge is 7 because this unit is remote to this one, and vice versa. They are both keeping up to date with each other's surges. So when you're done with this demo, you hit switch 2, kind of hard, and that kicks them both out of that demo. So another demo is a range demo. Again, if you start the range demo on this one will start also. And then all that does is it constantly checks the signal strength from the 2 units. And so this is a great demo if you want to just take them outside and walk around the parking lot and see how far away you can get before they can't communicate with each other, before they get out of radio distance with each other. So I'm going to hit switch 2 to get out of the range demo. Another demo you can do is there's a temp demo, which stands for temperature. So we're going to start the temp demo, and then what this is this is the 2 units exchanging temperature information. Really exciting, but that's what we got. And then if you want to kick out of that, you kick out of that, and then you got one more demo here. It's not really a demo. This is the node information. So if you want to see the PAN ID, which is the personal area network ID of the network that these guys started together, it's there. You can tell what channel they're on, and you can tell what this unit's individual address is, and you can actually that's the one demo. When you go into node information on this box, it does not affect this box. So that's just the way that works. Okay, so that's what you can do with the mesh network. If we had we've run this with up to 4 nodes. We just didn't get that many boxes together. We've run it with 4. We'll if they like what they see, we'll prove more out, and we'll see how many units we can get and how many we can put within proximity of each other and things like that. When I had the 4 units working, I was able to start a network with 1 unit, and then have another one join, have another one join, and then I was able to take the first unit down, and the other two units kept communicating. So that's kind of that's a nice feature about this. It's very I like to think of it as very democratic. Anybody can remain in communications. You don't have to have the guy that started it. So that's kind of nice. So now if I wanted to take these units apart and put the batteries in for the LEDs, what you'd be able to see is the motion demo, like you saw with the motion bulb, where this is a PIR optic, and with the PIR sensor underneath, and you'd be able to wave your hand in front of it, and this light would brighten up when there was motion, and it would dim down when you didn't have that. I just don't want to take the boxes apart again. There's a lot of little wires in there, and you want to be careful with that. And this is kind of, I didn't really know it was going to do this, but you get a little bit of light out of here when the mesh transceiver is on, and it kind of works. So that's the only thing that doesn't work in this mode is the motion demo. So with the units on, you have to have the mesh network on to get to the Bluetooth transceiver, and that's just because they're both being powered off the same batteries. So we're sending the iPod, and let's see, I'll start that again. So you turn it on, slide it to unlock it, and the Lighting Science BLE tool is on the second screen. It's right there. You hit that, and amazingly, both of the units are talking to the Bluetooth Low Energy app on this iPod. If you have problems with this, just shut one of the units down. We probably have some interference problems. It's hard to figure out. If the communications are slow with the unit, just turn one of them off, and the other one will work better. And if you have problems with the iPod, if you bring this app up and the units are on but they don't show up, just turn the iPod off and turn it back on, and they'll come up. We're working on it. We're working on it. Okay, so here's if you click on one of these units, you can see, actually, interesting. So the motion indicator kind of works, even though the batteries aren't plugged in. That's handy. That'll save you a lot of batteries. You can, just like with the motion bulb, you can hit this icon, and it will, see here, the communications are kind of slow. So how about we're going to turn one of these guys off. So this is the guy that's still on. So we'll hit him up. So toggle him on, toggle him off, toggle him on, toggle him off. Very nice. And there's your relative motion indicator. When you wave your hand in front of it, the bar goes pretty full, and then when you kind of relax, then the motion indicator drops off. You see that? Yeah. And actually that is very helpful if you're trying to figure out what the range is on the PIR sensor. Although we would never use a PIR sensor for road fixtures. It's handy for a tabletop demo where you're waving your hand in front of it. But it's useful for debugging PIR sensor circuits. So then you can hit the information. You can change the name on that unit, and they both have different MAC addresses. And then you can change the bright level and the dim level. So if you watch this, as that dimmed down real time, and then that increased real time, and then if you drag the slider up, it'll it'll track what you're doing with your finger until you let it go, and then it'll go back to kind of motion based light control. So that's all about this demo, and the boxes are soft, so be careful and don't pinch them or smush them. I think they turned out very nice, and it's I think it's a good little show of our capability, and hopefully the customers like it, and it gives you a lot of ideas to talk about so that we can turn them into products. So, knock 'em dead.